From CNY Central, this is the news at 11. Now in enhanced widescreen.
Good evening, I'm Doris Scheidel. Happening right now, people are cleaning up after a possible tornado ripped through Schuyler County this afternoon. New tonight, this is video just into our newsroom of a house on County Road 27 in the town of Rockstream, where, as you can see, half of the roof has been ripped off. Luckily, nobody was hurt, but the married couple who lives here will be staying with relatives nearby. One witness says she saw her canoe fly 400 feet when the storm hit around 4:30 this afternoon.
It's unbelievable to see something like this, because I thought when my father called me and said that Dave was hit with the roof was gone, and I says, "Now come on, Dad, really, it's bad. That's gone. I mean, it's gone. It's unbelievable."
I came outside, I look and I go, is that the canoe I was in? Like, really? I'm like, look, the canoe's in the yard. And she's like, oh my gosh. And I just couldn't believe it. So it was scary, lucky to be alive, and just totally strange for it to happen here.
Several trees are down in the area and many don't have power, but crews are on scene trying to restore it. The National Weather Service will be conducting an on-site survey tomorrow to determine if it was actually a tornado that hit this afternoon. First Alert meteorologist Mike Brookins has a first look at the forecast. It's been a busy day in the Weather Center, tracking severe storms all day long.
That's right, Dora. The storm cell that moved through southern Schuyler County, or central southern Schuyler, and southern Tompkins County was not as strong as what we found this past Tuesday. Nonetheless, we've got several pictures on social media. I actually retweeted one at Mike Brookins on my Twitter feed of a funnel-looking cloud that was touching the ground. National Weather Service will see the pattern of the damage tomorrow when they go out there, and they'll determine whether or not it was straight-line winds or a tornado. But I'm having a hunch with these pictures, if they're for real, that it was a tornado. Let's show you this storm damage. It came in at about 4:45. There was actually at one point a report from state troopers that there were occupants trapped in the building. This is northwest of Watkins Glen in Schuyler County, near Reading Center and the other town that you mentioned. Now, locally, we're dry all the way through the Finger Lakes in central New York at this point. There are a couple of sprinkles over western New York that still could come on in. Tomorrow morning may start off with an isolated shower, some patchy fog and mostly cloudy, 68 degrees. We stay muggy overnight, and 83 will be our humid high temperature for tomorrow. We'll see some improvements in the skies late morning and midday with a mixture of sunshine and clouds. But again tomorrow, guess what? More scattered to isolated showers and storms pop up mid to late afternoon. They are going to be less numerous than what we had out there for today, but still, they could pack a punch. We'll talk more about that and when a change in our AMRAS to much more comfortable weather comes in. Dora?
Thanks, Mike. Sheriff's deputies are still investigating the scene of a deadly crash in Tully involving a car and an ATV. Deputies say just before 2 o'clock, a car hit an ATV that was backing out of its driveway on Route 11. The ATV rider, 28-year-old Henry Medley, died at the scene. Route 11 in Tully between Meeting House Road and Marybell Road is still closed while deputies investigate. No tickets have been issued at this time. Just minutes before another deadly crash, this one in North Syracuse. Police say a gray Dodge was hit by a white Toyota SUV at the intersection of South Bay Road and Church Street around 1:45 this afternoon. A passenger in the Dodge, identified as 82-year-old Geraldine Garner, was pronounced dead at the scene. These pictures were sent to us by a CNY Central viewer. The Dodge flipped onto its roof, and witnesses say a blue tarp was placed on top shortly after the crash.
I've never seen an accident like that, never. I didn't expect to, when I came out, to see the van, you know, upside down. Even though I knew it was upside down, it was just in the truck to be as crushed and dented. It was just very weird, because I've never experienced anything like that.
North Syracuse police are still investigating. No tickets have been issued at this time. The intersection was closed for approximately 4 hours while investigators examined the scene. A neighborhood fight quickly escalates, sending 3 people, including a teenager, to the hospital with stab wounds. This is video of Loomis Avenue in Syracuse's Valley neighborhood, where a large fight broke out just after 10 o'clock last night. Police say 3 people were stabbed and one was also hit with a pipe. All three were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police charged 22-year-old Shakeen Adams with second-degree assault and fourth-degree criminal possession of a weapon. Some good news for more than 50,000 runners today. Despite the threat of severe weather, the Boilermaker race went on as scheduled this morning. However, police did say runners who couldn't finish the race in 2.5 hours should not compete. Last night, the race committee said they may have to cancel the race for the first time in its history due to thunderstorms. At 5 o'clock this morning, runners were told the race is on, but the post party would be cut short. And for an Oneida County woman, a life-changing moment at the end of the race. 32-year-old Michael Venero of Utica proposed to his girlfriend, 28-year-old Megan Reisler of Deerfield. Reisler told our Michael Benny that getting engaged at the Boilermaker is particularly meaningful because when she ran the race in 2009, her uncle was very sick, and it was the first real obstacle in their relationship. A big congratulations to the happy couple. We're learning more about one of the 4 victims killed in the deadly tornado that roared through Smithfield Tuesday. While mourning the loss of their brother, Arnie Allen's sisters are doing everything they can to help his only son get back on his feet. The father and son just started a family business called Allen's Stonescapes. This came after a lifetime of building and cutting stones for 53-year-old landscaper Arnie Allen. Him and his dog died when his Smithfield home was picked up by the tornado and carried 150 to 200 yards into the air, then crashing down into another home. Their newly printed business cards were found in the debris, along with many of the historical coins from his coin collection. But for Allen's family, they want to try to get the word out about his son's GoFundMe page.
Arnie has one son, Austin, and Austin just lost his dad, his house, his dog, and his job that he just started with his dad's new business. And so Austin just lost everything. So it's just something to help out Austin.
Right now, there's an online effort to help Austin get back on his feet. And losing his father, he also lost an income and a house. The goal is to raise $5,000. Already, your generosity has brought in more than $3,000. Arnie Allen's family will receive loved ones tomorrow evening from 4 to 8 at the Homer Ball Funeral Home in Canastota. A funeral service will follow Tuesday morning. Also happening tomorrow evening, the family of Kimberly Hillard and her 4-month-old daughter Paris Newman will receive friends and loved ones during calling hours at the Cornerstone Baptist Church in Hamilton. A funeral service follows Tuesday morning at 11. And developing news about a Central New York college in the midst of a federal investigation about sexual assault. A New York Times article published today tells the story of a Hobart and William Smith college student who says 3 football players raped her at a fraternity party last September. She told the New York Times that 12 days after the rape and her report, a disciplinary hearing panel cleared all the players of wrongdoing. Hobart and William Smith in Geneva is one of 55 colleges and universities facing Title IX sexual assault investigations. 3 other New York universities, SUNY Binghamton, Cooney Hunter College in New York City, and Sarah Lawrence College in Yonkers, are also being investigated by the Department of Education. Talk about the right place at the right time. 5 people were rescued by a Coast Guard boat on its way back to Alexandria Bay last night. The 5 boaters who were not wearing life jackets were thrown into the St. Lawrence Seaway near Cape Vincent when their boat capsized around 9:30 last night. A Good Samaritan towed the capsized boat to shore. A scary morning for Greyhound passengers heading to New York City. Why police say the driver in this deadly Indiana crash was breaking the law in more ways than one. And former Syracuse superstar Carmelo Anthony has made a decision. We'll tell you if he's staying in New York with the Knicks. Still ahead.